Hello, gamers, drafters. I'm Felonyus. Thanks for being here. Doing some Foundations draft in preparation for the Arena Open this weekend. I think we might actually do some traditional draft just to get some reps in for best of three. So we try and win some money this weekend. Let's hop in. Throw me a like and a subscribe, maybe a follow if you haven't already. And let's see what we get here for traditional draft. A nice fast queue. Busy today. Everybody wants a little practice for the Open. Pack one, pick one. I see a good card. I'm a big fan of Kellen. I think if there's anything else in this pack that's truly exciting. And Kellen's a bit of a bomb, if I do say so. It's a good reason to be playing red. Yeah, let's take Kellen. We're passing a Genesis Wave and a Stab. Maybe someone to our left will take that Genesis Wave and go green. We can play a different color. Hero's Downfall and Bacon to a Pie in this pack. Two very good removal spells. There's also an Angel of Finality. I'd rather be in black-red than red-white, though. If I had to choose. I like Hero's Downfall over Bacon to a Pie simply because it's cheaper. I imagine they probably perform similarly. The food that's created from Bacon to a Pie is really powerful. Helps you win races. But we're going to take the cheaper card here. Hero's Downfall over an Angel of Finality. See what we can wheel in the black-red department. Skyship Buccaneer. That's a good card. I don't necessarily love the idea of being in blue-red, however. Yeah, I think I'm going to take this Infestation Sage to go with our Hero's Downfall pick. Over the Skyship Buccaneer. Here we go. A Braid, pick 4. I like that. The drafters to our right all found better cards than this premium red removal spell. So maybe we'll get past more red. Nessian Hornbeetle is very powerful, but I'd like to just take black-red cards. Though, if I ended up in red-green after taking this Hornbeetle, I wouldn't be terribly upset. I think the Hornbeetle is quite strong. I don't necessarily think Goblin Borders is great. But I definitely want to play red. I'm going to take the borders. We're going to let the green keep moving along. Sanguine Siphoner, Jungle Hollow, a Frenzied Goblin. Sanguine Siphoner, pardon me, is not bad in a raid deck because it's a hardy attacker with 3 toughness. It's often something your opponent doesn't want to take the risk of double blocking. Yeah, I'll take this. Yeah, I'll take Sanguine Siphoner. And it looks like taking that Horn Beetle would have been good. Follow up with the Jungle Hollow. And then maybe I could have gone into some black-green deck instead of red. But I'm going to take this Brazen Scourge. Muldrotha. If I had taken the Nessian Horn Beetle and the Jungle Hollow, I'd be more interested in Muldrotha. But I'm going to try and go for this aggressive deck instead. I like Courageous Goblin. I also like Soul Shackled Zombie a lot. I'm a little bit more interested in this Soul Shackled Zombie. Even though 2-drops are 2-drops. I'll take the 2-drop. Goldvein pick over a Goblin Surprise. I will take Goblin Surprise. Black-red duel over a Vampire Soul Caller. Yeah, I'll take a duel. Pilfer. Incinerating Blast is somewhat playable. There's a good chance it gets cut. Dracuseth. That would look a lot better with a Goldvein pick in our deck. Eaten Alive. I don't hate the idea of trying to resolve a Dracuseth. It would be easier in a red-green deck than a black-red deck. Eaten Alive's pretty crucial for the black-red deck, though. At least when you're sacrificing things. I'm going to take Eaten Alive here. Dracuseth seems fine, but really expensive. Look at that. Alesha. That's awesome. A rare in our colors, and a very good one, too. Wow. Galta and Ruby. Looks like red-green could have been a pretty good direction for us. But I like our black cards. Gorehorn Raider. It's a good pick here. This pack is not all that exciting. I'll take Goblin Negotiation, see if I can blow something up. It's not a great card, but it is a card. This Cat Collector coming around pick 5, a Sphinx of Forgotten Lore. Wow. Sphinx of Forgotten Lore is awesome. I think I'm gonna speculate pick that over the Axguard Cavalry, and be sad I didn't take a Goldvein pick earlier. Yeah, I have to take the Slumbering Cerberus over that Goldvein pick. All right. Well, Infestation Sage makes me want to continue to play black, but I could take Goblin Borders. Wow, if we had moved away from red, we could have some cool Sultai deck with Muldrotha and Tatiova. I'm going to take Infestation Sage here. Evolving Wilds works. Involuntary Employment is what we wanted to wheel to go with our Eaten Alive. Skyship Buccaneer coming around, pick 9. Another Borders or a Surprise, probably a Goblin Borders. I don't think Surprise is very good. I don't necessarily think Borders is great either, but I think it's probably better. Couple crackling Cyclops on the wheel. All right, more black-red cards. There are a lot of good ones in this pack. Are we going to take a second Hero's Downfall over our first Bacon to a Pie? Yes, indeed I am. Another Hero's Downfall. That's a lot of them. Let's take a look at our removal over here. Hungry Ghoul, we want one of those. Excellent. Soul Shackled Zombie over a Fire Spitter Whelp. That helps close out the game. It's a high power attacker. I've never played with Ravenous Amulet. I think I'd rather just grab this Sower of Chaos. Though I'd be happy to replace this with just about anything. Heartfire Immolator. Pick 6, I like that. Arbiter of Woe. That's a nice top end for us. Go with a couple Infestation Sages. Yeah, that's great. A pick 8 Alesha. Another one? Sweet. Ashroot Animist. Only we could splash for that. Oh, if we had taken that Jungle Hollow. Man. Jungle Hollow and Evolving Wilds, and that Gold Vein pick could have gotten us there. I'm still going to take it over any of those other cards. What did I take over that Jungle Hollow? I took an Infestation Sage. Or was it a red card? Did I take Goblin Borders? I don't remember. Oh well. Alright, this deck looks pretty good. I don't know if I need to play Ashroot Animist in it and make my mana worse. If I had a Gold Vein pick, I'd be all over it. But I don't. So I think this is the deck. Hello, friend. Yeah. I was about to do a traditional draft. Care to join me on stream? Roger that. Sounds good. I'm hopping in, starting game one, doing traditional drafts. Playing some black-red. All right, this is a good opening hand. Kellen, Planer, Trailblazer. Better on the play than on the draw, but still just fine. I'm not going to be able to block that quite so easy. If Draycatcher manages to get my opponent a 2/2 flyer, then he will be a good bit ahead. That would be strong. Wow. Wow. Oh, okay. I thought he was going to name blue so that he could get his thing right away. I liked the idea of killing his Draycatcher, but here we are. I'm going to let him... Oh, okay. If he wanted to pull off a trick and get a prowess trigger and kill my Immolator, that would have been cool. It was a free card anyway. Now I can Hero's Downfall this Needletooth pack. I can get in for 3 with the Immolator. And then I can sacrifice it to kill the Hatcher. I'm going to get Kellen upgraded to a 3/2 double striker, but the Snare Spinner is a pretty good blocker for Kellen, I will say. Double Snare Spinner. Oh man, I don't know how I'm supposed to get through all that. Just triple treetop Snare Spinner. Green blue defense. Just fat butts. Nothing but fat butts. Gosh. Oh, there we go. That's how I get through it. I know I won't be able to play any of the cards that Kellen exiles if that happens, but well, I got an attack in with the Sower of Chaos, so I got some value out of it. And I got to kill a couple of his creatures. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Yeah, I suppose I'll exile that. Oof. Of course, after I exile his Grappling Kraken, he plays Coma. Give me a break. We top deck Involuntary Employment, possibly? Oh, he's coming. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14. Yeah. Block with everything. Wow. We flooded out pretty hard while our opponent just ripped. Yeah, I mean, we drew 10 lands, and our opponent's sitting there with their 7th land and all their best spells. Nice, nice, nice. Wesson scatter, too. Wow. That was pretty lucky. Nice work, SMM. One more removal spell should help against all those snare spinners. I can't just attack through them. Goldvein pick would have changed things there. This is quite a curve. Without our opponent doing anything in the first 3 turns. Yeah, I'll just put him to 2. Hello. I'll sacrifice this guy to the bite down. And I have this soul shackled zombie to just kill him with. Two Aleshas does look good. Last game I lost a triple treetop snare spinner. That's pretty badass. All right, 1-1. Yeah, I just wanted him to cast some spells before I played my win condition. Goblin Borders looks even worse on the draw. But I don't want to play another Incinerating Blast. I have many ways to deal with snare spinners and fat butts. This hand is not great, but I do have a Pilfer. Oh, man. This hand isn't bad. It's just a risky keep. Just because I don't have creatures to play early. Do you seriously? That's true. But I've heard your opinion a lot. That hand was not bad, but it wasn't necessarily the speed that we wanted. We got a Pilfer anyway. Not too worried about Beastkin Ranger. Do I care more about a Needletooth Pack or a Treetop Snare Spinner? At least he has to get to the point where he can play the Snare Spinner. I could just like take Beastkin Ranger and hope he never draws another land, but he has this thing, so that won't work. Just take Bite Down so that he can't kill my creatures. Here come the Needletooth packs. Just all these fat butts. Not going to be able to get through. So many of them. Yeah, I should have taken one of the Needletooth packs. But I was hoping to just... I was hoping my opponent would stumble. And that just wasn't going to happen. can draw into Arbiter of Woe. Maybe after he uses a bite down. We have a couple different things we can do, though. Him having a second Needletooth Pack is annoying. It is Mandarin Orange's season, and I'm pleased. Oh no, not an attack for one. Anything but that. I don't love Gorehorn Raiders against 5 toughness creatures, but whatever. I think it's better than discarding it and drawing a land with Incinerating Blast. That's a pretty good draw. Kind of opening myself up to getting Coma'd, though. Would I rather just trade off one of these creatures with his Needletooth Pack? And then keep up involuntary employment for when he has something better? 2 for 1 myself. Well, not 2 for 1. Just I'll sacrifice a creature so that I can get a kill with the Gorehorn Raider. Oh, Essence Scatter? Well, that's pretty damn good. Playing around Coma and getting Essence Scattered. Oof. I could have done this last turn, not lost a Slumbering Cerberus, with some more attack power on the board. That would have been good. Well, at least he countered Gorehorn Raiders over this Arbiter of Woe I'd like to play next turn. Nice. Ooh, Alesha. Alesha's a pretty good draw. Might get us back to having some card advantage. Mana value less than or equal, so I can get back a Slumbering Cerberus. Trades off with the Arbiter. Kills Alesha. So I don't get any more Alesha triggers. And we still have some attackers. Our opponent's in a much better position now that they've gotten rid of our flyer. Nice. Our opponent bricked on that draw. So we get to get him for 3. Our opponent looks like they're in a pretty good spot, though. There's Coma. Yep. Drawing a land last turn was not what we needed. Looks like I'm just going to lose to Coma. This is how we lost game 1. This is how we'll lose game 3. And you beat the green-blue deck unless they get Coma. It's kind of how it goes. Or Zimone, of course. There are some mythic bombs and rare bombs. And we flooded out. Not going to happen. Yeah, what a lucky top deck from our opponent. Getting Coma at the perfect turn. Good game, good game. Oh, that's a shitty way to start off a traditional. Now there's no way to trophy it. Ugh. Well, I don't even feel like doing that. Might as well get in some more practice. Terrible hands, terrible hands. At least this one has Kellen in it. Hero's Downfall, perhaps? Or maybe Banishing Light? No. We're going to get him for 6 and play a couple free cards? Nice. Well, we'll get one of them. Okay. Pilfer away our opponent's sanguine or blasphemous edict. We have stab. Nice. Oh, we got our opponent's blasphemous edict. Oh, that's amazing. Called it. That's awesome. Yeah, we're not getting Kellen back though. I thought we were going to get back Kellen with this Alesha. Our opponent just soul shackled zombied it away. That's a bummer. But you know what's not a bummer? Attacking with this Heartfire Immolator. Block, block, block. Come on, block, block, block. Yeah, he blocked. Vicious. And then Alesha gets to attack and just reanimate the Immolator again. Got him. That was a good curve with Kellen. Blasphemous Edict. Makes me want to play this Goblin Surprise a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to play Goblin Surprise over Goblin Borders because it's also an instant that half of it can block the Mischievous Pup and it blocks like Campus Guide. Maybe he has Sunblessed Healer in his deck, so X1's at instant speed, or 1/1's at instant speed will be good. Now, just because this hand has Pilfer in it does not mean it's capable. No red mana. This hand's... I mean, if I drew a mountain, this hand would be flawless. But that's not how keeping hands works. This hand sucks. At least we'll thin our deck a little bit. We're on the draw, so it's a little bit more okay that we don't have a curve, but only a little bit. No attacks from our opponent. He doesn't want me getting free raid triggers, I suppose. That is smart. I think that's worth killing. There's the pup. I'm actually just going to blow that up. He does not want to return Banishing Light to his hand right now. Now I don't have to sacrifice a creature for my Cerberus to untap. Revenge of the Rats. I'll set a stop at his main phase 2 to make sure something dies. That's pretty strong. At least I can get in for one in the air. Wow. Nice top deck. Man, we had a chance to win that match last time. I do appreciate your Milesy Hilesy input. He must have claws out here. Claws out gives +2/+2, I've learned. Block like that. And we still won that game too. After getting completely blown out by claws out. I was like, I'm going to block around this, that extra point of toughness they'll all get. That was incredible. Oh no. I should not have sacrificed that 1/1. I should have played around Blasphemous Edict. No. If I hadn't played around that Blasphemous Edict, he would have gained life, but at least I would have had something for him to stab. So then Alessia would have survived, maybe? I don't know. That was a good... Our opponent got really lucky drawing their Blasphemous Edict there. Wow. 10 spells to 5 lands, and our opponent top... I mean, they drew their best spell there at the perfect time. After playing Revenge of the Rats. I should not have played around any sort of claws out, but it didn't matter. Our opponent would have gained life. He would have gone to 3, and then... Huh. Hmm. What can I draw to do more damage? I can top deck a Soul Shackled zombie to get the last point of damage through. Hmm. Mm. All right, he's got me here. That Blasphemous Edict was good. Yeah, played right into that board wipe. He would have had a stab for the 1/1 or Alessia the next turn, though. He probably would have stabbed the 1/1, then we would have played Alessia and gotten back something. Yeah, we probably could have won if we had played around that board wipe. That was a nice little brain fart for my opponent. Works especially well with Alessia. Not on curve, but eventually. I'll take a mountain next turn. That'd be perfect. Alessia to get back our Infestation Sage. Probably has Blasphemous Edict in his hand. Again. Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can get him down to 3. Is that worth it? I don't think so. I think I should just attack. Play around the Edict this time. Good game. Got him indeed. All right. Let's get another win. Best of 3 is certainly different than best of 1. Cards like Blasphemous Edict are a lot worse when you can play around them in games 2 and 3. Or you can choose to not play around them, like I did in game 2. What's going on here? This is a suspicious matching sequence. Last time I did this, I was convinced it was going to draw us. This format's usually pretty empty unless it's the day before the open. Then the queues happen really fast. I imagine it's similar for the limited qualifiers. A newborn mouse. What did that guy just come out of Bloomburrow? Oh. Well, this is tempting. I'll pilfer before I play Kellen. If I knew what colors he was playing, I would consider just playing Kellen. But green, blue. Ooh, green, black, blue, blue. All these colors. I'm gonna take that stab away from him. And then top deck a mountain. Ready, set, mountain. I would like to steal my opponent's Campus Guide effect. Not happening. Now I will just play Alessia because she's a fine attacker, and my opponent doesn't appear to have any answers for Alessia in his hand. And if she gets to attack a few times, she gets huge. What? My opponent have giant growth? They must have top deck giant growth. That's like the only explanation for what just happened. No, Snakeskin Veil wouldn't have done it because I'd only give it one more toughness. It would have died to first strike still. Now I get Kellen out. That was interesting. Oops. Our opponent just triple blocked our Alessia that had first strike. It was going to kill all three of his creatures. I don't know. That was peculiar. All right. Goblin Borders comes out for Goblin Surprise and a Goblin Negotiation. He will have X1, so if I could just like make a bunch of 1/1s by killing one of those, that might be cool. Brazen Scourge looks like it's going to be pretty good. What an awesome hand. We're taking a trip to Value Town. Our opponent made us discard our Burglar Rat, and it doesn't even matter. It just gave us a free creature. Our opponent just gave us a mana advantage by making us discard that card. Our opponent wants to race. Bring it on, dog. Let's go. Tempting to kill his Gourmand, but if he just wants to race me like this, I'm okay with that. I have good removal to deal with whatever other creatures he thinks he's going to finish me off with. What does he have? A High Fate Trickster? Uncharted Voyage. Okay. I don't need that. Now I will abrade this. Now that I don't have two creatures to attack back with. I took Runaway together so he couldn't double spell with Zimone this turn. And just for the fact I can keep up interaction, I'm just going to sacrifice this Infestation Sage instead of paying full price. That's dead. Can the Insectoid finish him off? Indeed it can. Good game, newborn mouse. All right, that's a draft. 2-1. This black-red deck was a lot of fun. We lost to Coma a couple games in our first match. We could have played a little bit differently, but our opponent had some really good draws. And we're not sure we could have won it anyway against Coma. But this was fun. We first picked Kellen. We got past Alesha's. Yeah, had 3 heroes downfalls. This deck was pretty strong. Quick break. Be right back. All right, we're back for another draft. Nice and fast cues to get into this draft. Ooh, a bomb to start things off. Spinner of Souls. If you're going to play green, open bombs first. There were some good cards in that pack, but we don't want any of them. Let's see here. We passed a Dazzling Angel. We didn't pass much in the way of good blue cards. I like a green-blue deck, and Essence Scatter is strong. And there's a Bushwhack in this pack, though. And when you're playing green, it's nice to have all the Bushwhacks. I think I'm more interested in just taking Essence Scatter than either of these subpar green cards. Okay, a Wardens of the Cycle or a blue card. That's kind of tough. I don't think Wardens of the Cycle is an overperformer. And I really do like pairing the green deck with blue because blue gives you a lot of really good game by countering your opponent's spells and bouncing things to help combat how fast decks can be against green. No, more, I mean, Wardens is quite good with Spinner of Souls. I'm just going to take this blue card. We're going to go green-blue. Wary Thespian over a Cackling Prowler, I believe. Cephalid Ink Mage looks pretty good. I like surveilling for 3 in my green decks. Yeah, we'll take the Ink Mage here. Okay. Dwynen and a Grappling Kraken. Oh, that's kind of tough. I like the idea of getting Dwynen early to fuel more elves over the Kraken. So let's do that. Oh man, another Dwynen's Elite to go with Dwynen, but there's an Essence Scatter in here. I got to take another Essence Scatter. Having 2 of them with our Brineborn Cutthroat, that's going to be really good. Genesis Wave? Man, I just don't think Genesis Wave is very good, unfortunately. I'd rather just have this Wary Thespian. You get Genesis Wave to equal X equals 6, and then you get a bunch of cards. I mean, that's a 9-drop, though. I don't want to play 9-drops. I want to play good 2-drops. All right. I'm glad we got a couple Wary Thespians. We're okay to pass these. Affectionate Indrik should be pretty good. Oops. All right, we wield both Elfsworn Giant and Bushwhack. I think Elfsworn Giant is probably very good in green-blue, and it makes elves for Dwynen. I know I talked about you wanting all the Bushwhacks. I do want all the Bushwhacks. We'll see if I can end up getting another Elfsworn Giant, but I think that this Bushwhack will be worth more. Oh, a Kaito. Cunning Infiltrator. I like playing with Planeswalkers. Unfortunately, we have to pass this Tatiova, and I don't foresee us wheeling it. But hey, it's possible. We're going to take the Planeswalker. Options, options, options. Can I wheel this Tranquil Cove after taking an Anthem of Champions? Or should I just take a Fleeting Distraction? I mean, I want a creature over the Fleeting Distraction, but just take another Wary Thespian. I don't know if Anthem of Champions is actually going to be very good in this deck. But I am in green, so it might be worth the speculation. I'm just going to take the Thespian. Strix Lookout. I like 2-drop creatures. That's a good one, too. Okay, a Drakecatcher or a Dwynen's Elite. Probably a Drakecatcher, though very, very low chance of us wheeling that Dwynen's Elite. Drakecatcher's still better. Bushwhack is pretty good with Drakecatcher. Kind of wish I had taken that Anthem of Champions, but I also don't know how good Anthem of Champions is going to be in your green-blue deck. You're not going very wide. I think I'm going to take Bushwhack over that Cackling Prowler or that Burnished Heart or this Evolving Wilds. A Banner of Kinship. Wish we had more elves to make that work. We have cats, and we have 3 cats. 3 druids. Look at that. It's because those are cat druids. We could take Dwynen. We could take this green-white duel to go with the Anthem of Champions. We didn't take. Banner of Kinship doesn't look very good. I like the look of Giant Growth. I also just like Dwynen. I feel like she's fine as a 4-drop 3/4 that pumps part of your board. Yeah, I'll take another copy of Dwynen. Maybe we'll get some more elves. There's an elf. There's an elf. I'll take another copy of Broken Wings. We'll see if either one makes it into the deck. I like Wary Thespian a lot in my green decks. It helps you set up your draws. You can be aggressive with the Surveil too, because you're going to get a second one when it dies. And by that I mean, you know, you need an extra land, but you don't want to draw too many, so you can just Surveil a land because you'll get another Surveil. We didn't wheel Tatiova, but it's not like we expected to. think twice. Make sure we don't run out of cards. We'd also play Ambush Wolf to have some flash creatures. Ambush Wolf is pretty strong. Ambush Wolf over a think twice. Yeah, I want the creature. Ooh, Skyship Buccaneer. It looks good to me. Garrick's Uprising doesn't look great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures. I mean, Trample's good, though. But we only have 5 creatures to trigger it with. I'm going to take Dwynen's Elite. Ooh, Elvish Regrower. That would have been a good follow-up to the Garrick's Uprising, but I'm not that worried about it. Whoa! Pick 5 Coma. All right. That's why we play green-blue. For Coma. Specifically. This card right here. Nice. Overrun. Over a Grow from the Ashes. I don't have a Snare Spinner in this deck. But I do have Reach creatures. Another Elfsworn Giant. I don't like the idea of cutting lands, even with Bushwhacks, but I can't afford to cut one with 2 Bushwhacks. Another Dwynen's Elite. That's awesome. I wish I had some of those Heraldic Banners. This deck looks awesome. We don't have a ton of removal or interaction. But we do have Essence Scatters. So there's that. Do we need to make room for Imprisoned in the Moon? Or Broken Wings? Or Run Away Together? Or Giant Growth? Hmm. Giant growth might be the answer. Just having a giant growth in the deck could be good. But it might just be better to have 17 lands. I'm not quite sure. Brineborn Cutthroat isn't going to be shining in this deck. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 instants. It's kind of awkward. It's good with Essence Scatter because I can leave up one or the other. But I mean, am I more interested in just a Wary Thespian? Yeah, I don't think Cutthroat's going to be that great in this deck. It's nice to have a few ways to use Flash, but one giant growth might just be better than that, though. Yeah, I like the way this deck looks. I don't want to be cutting lands when I have Elfsworn Giant and Coma. I like the idea of maybe one more big creature, one more Elfsworn Giant, but I don't know what I would cut for it. I think this is good. Let us run it. First, first 7 was not keepable. This is better though. It's not. It's not amazing, but it is keepable. To untap with our Spinner of Souls. Excellent. Yeah, I'll take some creatures. Oh, free. I do like the idea of drawing lands. Inspiring Paladin. Okay. Spin for the win. I kind of need lands, don't I? I don't want to draw that. Well, if a different creature of mine dies, then it's probably good. But now let's just put that in there. Will he attack with the Paladin? Zod. Peculiar. If he wants to double block, I'm okay with it. I'm happy to trade off my creatures with his. Spinner of Souls is doing some good work here. Does he have Fleeting Flight, I wonder? Let's find out. He does not have Fleeting Flight. Yeah, that was strange. I like the idea of playing Kaito here, but not enough. I'm just gonna get it in the air, and I have Ambush Wolf to block. I want to be able to block both of his creatures. I don't want him to kill something and take care of Kaito in one swift motion. Build up Kaito. Play another blocker. Spinner of Souls has drawn us 1, 2, 3 cards. He can attack with all 3 and make me double block his Icewind Elemental with my flyers, but I have a good answer to his attack. I'm going to offer him a trade, my Buccaneer. That way, if he doesn't block, he goes to 4 and just dies to an unblockable creature next turn. He figured that out. Trophy. Great job, Miles Hiles. That's a lot of elves. It's a lot of blockers. So our opponent is playing white-blue mediocre cards. White-blue, lots of commons. He's played anything that's not a common? No. Nothing but commons? It's almost half of his deck. All right. We've got like 4 uncommons, 2 rares, a mythic. Inspiring Paladin with Armor Sword Guide is a pretty good combo. I can't get good blocks on any of those creatures. I could take 6, go to 8. I could do this, though. Or even better. No, that works. All right. First strike kills the grower. Hello, Coma. I probably don't need to reveal anything else to my opponent, but oh well. I don't even want to play Coma. What if my opponent has a board wipe? All right, we got game 1. Broken Wings should be good in this deck. Against his deck, I mean. But what do I cut for the Broken Wings? Probably a Wary Thespian. Wary Thespian gets blocked by all of his extra tokens, so I don't think it's going to be very good against him. Nice. I don't want to keep taking two, so I'm okay not getting an extra card from the Regrower. Inspiring Paladin's good. Ooh, that's a nice top deck. We could use some creatures. That makes me feel good about playing the Regrower last turn, too. I gotta be honest, not worried about the Clinquant Sky Mage resolving. I have this Affectionate Indrik to kill it. That's why I immediately passed priority. Now we get to turn on. Oh, I should have played a Spinner of Souls first. That was a mistake. A little too fast. I can counter that one. Okay. Dwynen works. I wanted another land. We got one more turn to kill that thing with the Affectionate Indrik before it becomes too large. Ooh, nice. We got our land. And that's game. It was game anyway. To be fair. Good game, Lentisco. We had Coma a couple times. Haven't cast her yet. All right, two more games. Let's keep it going. Things aren't showing up on my 17 lands. Very strange. Ah, there we go. Okay, I'm not going to keep this. It's a nice curve from our opponent. Look away for a second, and all of a sudden my opponent has an extra 7 power on the board. Well, let's see if this works. Hey! Ugh. I don't think that's worth essence scattering. I like the idea of top decking a Dwynen's Elite. I have 3 of them. There's a pretty good chance. Not good enough of a chance, though. Tempting. Take the bait. Nay. I said nay. Give me an Elite. Dwynen's Elite, please. Dang. What are the chances I top decked Dwynen's Elite? Oh, man. 1 in 9. It's not great chances. Man, I had to draw more lands. That's crazy. 8 lands. I gotta take the risk. I'm just gonna lose otherwise. Well, I don't have to block with Dwynen on the ground now. I have my reach blocker that I wanted to keep, so I took the risk, and it looks like it might have been worth it. We'll see what our opponent has to hit us back with, but that worked. Scary. Okay. And I mean, Dwynen can gain us life if he doesn't play any other creatures. Another land's pretty brutal here. My opponent's drawing cards, but we're trying to be on the offensive. If we get a couple more creatures, might just be able to overrun them to death. Our opponent is producing a lot of card advantage. We're just drawing lands. Well, that's something to do with our land. Can we just win with overrun next turn, maybe? $23 trample damage. And overrun on Strix Lookout. Doesn't even get through that curator. So that takes away 4 of the trample damage. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's not enough to kill him. I feel like the top card of my deck is not a land, so I don't want to use Strix Lookout. Because I want to win with this overrun, but I want to survive for an extra turn. And I don't know how I can pull that off. Yes, yes, indeed. It's not like I have any removal. I don't really care about Snakeskin Veil that much. He can't play the Treetop Snare Spinner now. I'll give him this side. Wow. 7 spells to 11 lands. Damn. All right, let's see. He's got 5, 10 to block with. I've got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 23. So he has to block with Curator of Destiny. So how could he block? He could block the Strix Lookout. Then Tatiova. I guess he just needs to block with Strix Lookout. Fuck. I don't think I should attack with Strix Lookout. I think I should do this. Because he has to block with something else on the ground. I get to gain extra life with Dwayne in here. And if he wants to survive, he's going to have to block with Tatiova and use Snakeskin Veil or block with Curator. Yeah. Yeah, he has removal for my Strix Lookout then. Yeah, that'll do it. These are too many cards. Man, we were so close. We just drew so many fucking lands. That was crazy. Just flooded out so hard. 11, and we drew our 11th land before our 8th spell. Hard to win like that. Curator, Skyship Buccaneer, Strix Lookout, Spectral Sailor. Do I want both my Broken Wings? Man, that was some bad luck. Killing me. So fucked. Yeah. Sometimes you low roll while your opponent's busy there high rolling. Fairy Bloom. I'm thinking he has an ambush wolf. Oh, wow. I don't know how I'm going to win without overrun. I don't know if I can shuffle it back into my deck somehow. If I had ditched Elfsworn Giant for the overrun, I'd be in a little bit better shape. You can just start pumping. Oh, you need to start pumping the Strix Lookout so it can attack. Come on. No lands. Can't do anything. Oh well. We'll just wait and lose. This is a tough game for us to win now. Hand's good. See if this gets countered. And he has double blue. Maybe we can take out Tatiova. Guess not. If I could run into an island and a coma, might be in good shape. Try to play around fleeting distraction by double blocking. Yeah, our opponent rolled pretty high this match. After we drew 11 lands to 7 spells last game and then had to mulligan here. I mean, if I had kept that overrun, might have been able to curve in to deal in some damage, but I mean, he wouldn't have even been dead. He had so much toughness because he would have had the snare spinner out before I overran. See if Coma in here, maybe. And I'll give him the 1. He can have the 1. Another forest, you say? It's not very helpful. That's game. No, I didn't have fun. The shuffler fucked me that game. That match, we'll say. All right, we got one more game. Not going to get a good hand to keep. It's race. Weary Thespian blocks the Cackling Prowler pretty well. Cool. I expected him to block there, but take some free damage. Gonna give his giant haste, maybe? Bring it on. Makes more sense to leave up the reach blocker, I would say. I think my opponent made a mistake there. Oh, he's taken 7. Was that supposed to be a good play? What did he do? Does he have a stab or something? Why did he play his land first? What? I'm so confused. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know what just happened. Our opponent made some mistakes, I suppose. This looks good to me. I don't need to play another Elfsworn Giant. Pardon me. I think it'd be fine, but I wish I had Llanowar Elves in the deck. It would be a lot better with that. Smooth out those draws with Dwynen's elites. That must be the secret to drafting green, getting in early and grabbing Llanowar Elves. It's so much better than all the other green commons. Well, on the draw, I like this. Our opponent mulliganed twice. He chose to keep a 2-drop. He could have an ambush wolf. I don't want to play Kaito with the chance of him killing it. Yeah, Llanowar Elves is good. All right, here we go. Now I can play Wary Thespian. I need another island. All right, I'm going to keep that on top. There we go. We can trade. Keep that on top. And I can go and search for an island. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to +1 him. It's okay. Looks like we're not going to be punished for it. I will fight with that. for the sake of giving my opponent one less mana. Crackling Cyclops. It's not what you expect to see from a red-green deck. It's interesting. Interesting. That was an odd way to sequence things. We got to play Coma! What a combo. It didn't need to be unblockable, but doesn't hurt. He blows up Kaito. Well, we got 2 wins. It's okay. We prefer trophies. Whew. All right, that was fun. Good games. Thanks for watching. I'll be right back.